Hello, this is Dr. Nelson with Chapter 13, Lost Love. Love is the extremely difficult realization that something other than oneself is real. Iris Murdoch. I don't know why I should tell you this. I'm nothing special, nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing has happened to me my whole life that hasn't happened to nearly everyone else on this planet, except that I met Rachel. We met at school. We were locker neighbors, sharing the same smell of fresh notebook paper and molding tennis shoes, with clips of our favorite musicians taped inside our locker doors. She was beautiful and had that self assurance that told me she must be going with somebody who was somebody in school. Me, I'm struggling, trying to stay on the track team and make good enough grades to get into college my folks went to when they were my age. The day I met Rachel, she smiled and said hello. After looking into her warm eyes, I just had to get out and run like it was the first and last run of my life. I ran 10 miles that day and hardly got winded. We spent the fall talking and joking about teachers, parents, and life in general, what we were going to do when we graduated. We were both seniors, and it was great to feel like a top dog for a while. Turns out she wasn't dating anybody, which was amazing. She'd broken up with somebody on the swim team over the summer and wasn't going out at all. I never knew you could really talk to somebody, a girl, I mean, the way I talked with her. So one day, my car, it's an old beat up car my dad bought me because it would never go very fast, it wouldn't start. It was one of those gray, chilly fall days and it looked like rain. Rachel drove up beside me in the school parking lot in her old man's turquoise convertible and asked if she could take me somewhere. I got in. She was playing the new David Byrne CD and singing along to it. Her voice was pretty, a lot prettier than Byrne's, but then he's a skinny dude, nothing like Rachel. So where do you want to go? She asked, and her eyes had a twinkle like she knew something about me I didn't. To the house, I guess, I said, and then got up the guts to add, unless you want to stop by Sonic first. She didn't answer yes or no, but drove straight to the drive-in restaurant. I got her something to eat, and we sat and talked some more. She looked at me with those brown eyes that seemed to see everything I felt and thought. I felt her fingers on my lips and knew I would never feel any more for a girl than I did right then. I talked, and she told me about how she'd come to live in this town, how her dad had been a diplomat in Washington, and then retired and wanted her, all of a sudden, to grow up like a small town girl, but it was too late. She was sophisticated and poised and always seemed to know what to say, not like me. But she opened up something in me. She liked me, and suddenly I liked myself. She pointed to her windshield. Look, she said, laughing. We steamed up the windows. In the fading light of day, I suddenly remembered home, parents, and my car. She drove me home and dropped me off with a see you tomorrow and away. That was enough. I had met the girl of my dreams. After that day, we started seeing each other, but I wouldn't call them dates. We'd get together to study and always end up talking and laughing over the same things. Our first kiss, I wouldn't tell the guys this because they would think it was funny, but she kissed me first. We were in my house in the kitchen. Nobody was home. The only thing I could hear was the ticking of the kitchen clock. Oh, yeah, and my heart pounding in my ears like it was going to explode. It was soft and brief. And then she looked deep in my eyes and kissed me again. This time it wasn't so soft and not so brief either. I could smell her and touch her hair, and right then I knew I could die and be happy about it. See you tomorrow, she said, and then started to walk out the door. I couldn't say anything. I just looked at her and smiled. We graduated and spent the summer swimming and hiking and fishing and picking berries and listening to her music. She had everything from R&B to hard rock and even the classics like Vivaldi and Rachmaninoff. I felt alive like I never had before. Everything I saw and smelled and touched was new. We were lying on a blanket in the park one day, looking up at the clouds, the radio playing old jazz. We have to leave each other, she said. It's almost time for us to go to college. She rolled over on her belly and looked at me. Will you miss me? Think of me ever? And for a nanosecond, I thought I saw some doubt, something unlike her usual self assurance in her eyes. I kissed her and closed my eyes so I could sense only her, the way she smelled and tasted and felt. Her hair blew against my cheek in the late summer breeze. You are me, I said. How can I miss myself? But inside, it was like my guts were being dissected. She was right. Every day that passed meant we were that much closer to being apart. We tried to hold on then and act like nothing was going to change our world. She didn't talk about shopping for new clothes to take with her. I didn't talk about the new car my dad had bought for me because that would be what I drove away in. We kept acting like summer was going to last forever, that nothing would change us or our love. And I know she loved me. It's nearly spring now. I'll be a college sophomore soon. Rachel never writes. She said that we should just leave it at that, whatever that meant. And her folks bought a house in Virginia, so I know she's not coming back here. I listen to music more now, and I always look twice when I see a turquoise convertible, and I notice more things like the color of the sky and the breeze as it blows through the trees. She is me, and I am her. Wherever she is, she knows that. I'm breathing her breath and dreaming her dreams, and when I run now, I run an extra mile for Rachel. T.J. Lacey. Here ends chapter 13.